Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back for week 5, I believe it is, of Sri Sūkta, Embracing Prosperity. No, the Elixir of Prosperity. We've got We Rise, which is Embracing Prosperity. Sri Sūkta, the Elixir of Inner Prosperity. Clearly, they're meant to go hand in hand. For today, we're going to look at mantra number 2 of the Sri Sūkta. So 2 of the 15 mantras that we repeat several times in our recitation practice. And then a reminder that the 16th we tag on at the very end of our entire practice of recitation as a way of kind of tying a bow around it, buttoning it up, and making an offering, and also saying, I know it was imperfect, but it was practiced with the very best and purest of intentions. Please accept it as such. And that, to me, also just feels like a great way to go through life. I know it's been imperfect, but it was engaged with the very best and purest of intentions. Please accept it. Please accept me as such. Before we take a look at the sutra, or the mantra, pardon me, let's practice briefly, center ourselves, and create a more hospitable environment for the Shakti of the Sri Sūkta to make itself comfortable within our minds. So find a comfy seat, close your eyes, or just soften the eyes enough to be able to begin to shift awareness into a single stream. Maybe that focus of the single stream of awareness initially is the physical body. Noticing where you're holding misalignments and or any unnecessary tension. And feel free to adjust accordingly. Just micro adjustments, bringing you closer to that experience of steadiness and ease. And then begin to pour that single stream of awareness into the experience of the breath. Feel into the impact the breath has on the physical body. And perhaps that informs a few more micro adjustments of the posture. And then drop awareness specifically into the space of the belly. Check in with your 5 qualities of healthy breathing. Smooth and steady. Balanced between inhale and exhale. Effortlessly full. Silent. And seamless. Maintaining that healthy breath, shift awareness now into the space of the nostrils. And see if you can feel into the presence of the breath, both on the physical and the subtle level. And then draw awareness to Agya Chakra. And notice how immediate it can be simply by shifting our awareness to a specific space that we've developed a familiarity with. Almost instantaneously, there's an experience of pranashakti. With the next few breaths, together, awareness and pranashakti, accompanied by a profound sense of self-presence. With inhale, ascend beyond the crown. And with exhale, descend directly down the midline of the space of the body, Sushumna Nadi, eventually reaching perineum, where without pause, inhale begins to ascend, again directly up the midline of the space of the body, Sushumna Nadi, returning to the crown. Exhale descends, smooth, steady, effortless, and uninterrupted flow of pranashakti, awareness, and self. And inhale ascends. A few more oscillations of Samikadana. The next inhale will ascend just beyond the crown. And exhale descends down through the crown, Agya Chakra, through the eyebrow center, inner corners of the eyes and the nostrils, out to the 0 point, the furthest reach of the pranic field. And again, without pause, inhale ascends from 0 point, up through both nostrils evenly, the inner corners of the eyes and eyebrow center, home to Agya Chakra. Continue with these smooth, steady, effortless oscillations between Agya Chakra and 0 point. Pranashakti, awareness, and self passing through each of the sacred spaces between. With a heightened sensitivity in the space of the nostrils for the next few breaths. and at the inner corners of the eyes. Eyebrow center. And Agya Chakra. Maintain and refine awareness at Agya Chakra. Draw awareness a little further back toward the Talu Chakra, just above the soft palate. And for 3 to 5 smooth, steady breaths, employ the most subtle ujjayi, silent ujjayi, creating a little additional friction or vibration to release more inner luminosity, Jyotishmati, into the space. With the next exhale, release ujjayi, maintaining awareness at Agya Chakra, further illumined by Talu Chakra. employ Divya Karana Mudra, placing the tip of the tongue gently behind the upper teeth, allowing the rest of the tongue to relax, softening between the lower teeth. Lips are touching, but effortlessly. Teeth may be touching, but also effortlessly. No unnecessary tension in the lips or the jaw. Notice how the placement of the tip of the tongue makes it easier to begin to draw this ball of light accompanied by prana shakti and sense of self to rise up toward the crown of the head with inhale and to soften back toward Agya Chakra with exhale. With the next inhale, rise once again toward the crown, coming to the lower ridge of Sahasrara Chakra. Maintain and refine awareness in this space. And begin to listen for and perhaps hear the silent repetition of the sound of Om. With the next inhale, rise just above. And with exhale, return once again to Agya Chakra, drawing this silent sound of Om with you. A few more breaths oscillating, ascending just to the crown with inhale, dipping back into that pool of pranava, sound of Om. And with exhale, drawing it back down to Agya Chakra with you. 2 more breaths in this way. Rest awareness once again at Agya Chakra. A fusion of pure awareness of prana shakti, a profound sense of self, jyotishmati, inner luminosity, and pranava, the hum, the vibration, the silent sound of Om. And into this quality of awareness, we'll invite the Shakti of the Sri Sūkta. Dakshinam Hurtaye Tupyam Vatavriksha Nivasine Dhyanaika Niratangaya Namo Rudraya Shambhave Om Hiranyavaranam Haranim Suvarna Rajatas Rajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'awaha Tama Awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeham Gamashwan Purushan Aham Ashvapurvam Ratamatyam Hastinata Prabodhinim Shriyam Devi Mupahwaye Shrirma Devi Jushatam Kam Susmitam Hiranya Prakaram Ardram Jvalantim Triptam Tarpayantim Padme Stitam Padmavarnam Tam Yopavaye Shriyam Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jvalantim Shriyam Loke Deva Jushtam Udaram Tam Padmanim Im Sharanam Prapadye Alakshmirme Nashitam Tvam Vrinomi Adityavarne tapasoti jato vanaspatistava vrikshota bilvaha tasya palani tapasanudantu yantarayashchabahya alakshmihi rupayatumam deva sakaha kirtishcham maninasaha pradurbhutosmi rastresmin kirtim ratim dadatu me kshutpipasam alam jishtam alakshmim nashiyam yaham abhutim asamritin cha sarvanuda me grihat gandatvarantra darsham nityapushtam karishinim ishwarim sarvabhutanam tamyopavaye shriyam manasaha kamamakutim vachaha satyamashimhi pashunam rupamannasya mayi shrihi shrayatam yashaha kardamena prajabhuta mayi sambhava kardama shriyam vasaya me kule mataram padmamalanim Apaha Shrijantu Snigdani Chiklita Vasame Grihe Nityadevi Mataram Shriyam Vasayame Kule Ardram Pushkaranim Pushtim Pingalam Papamalanim Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jataviroma Auha Ardram Yaharanim Yashtim Suvarnam Hemamalanim Suryam Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jataviroma Auha Tama Avaha Jatavedo Lakshmi Manapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Prabhutam Gauta Shushwam Vindeham Purushan Aham Yaha Suchihi Prayato Bhutva Juhuyad Acha Advaham Shriyaha Panchadasharcham Chaha Shri Kamaha Satatam Japet Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just for a moment, as an experiment, completely abandon your commitment to inner poverty and embrace prosperity in its place. With the next inhale, once again, awareness lifts to the crown. And with exhale, passes down through Agya Chakra and out through the nostrils. A few more breaths between that space beyond the nostrils and Agya Chakra. And gradually bridging the gap once again between the inner and the outer worlds. Bring the palms together at heart center, perhaps bow the head to the heart. Feel free to rub the palms. Place the palms over the eyes or anywhere else you are inclined and enjoy another breath or two. And then in whatever way you wish, come back to the outside world. Let's explore mantra number 2. I will read it to you first, Panditji's exposition on it, and then we'll take a look at pronunciation. And then I want to check in and see how memorization is going for you up to this point. Find out if there are any additional ways that I can support you in the process. So, mantra number 2. Aura Jata Vedo Lakshmim Anupagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. O Jatavedas, please carry me to or bring to me the divine Mother Lakshmi, the one who once having come never goes away. I'm going to repeat that line. The one who once having come never goes away. In her may I obtain gold, cows, horses, and manpower. Good thing I'm starting a farm. O Jataveda, as I stand between you and the world below, I see a bitter reality. The world of humans is rife with anxiety and disappointment. People work to collect worldly objects. They identify those objects as wealth and work hard to protect them. And yet, hardly anyone succeeds in protecting their wealth for a significant length of time. The pain of losing one's wealth is much more intense than the pain involved in earning it. O omniscient being, you have chosen me as a conduit to transmit your unconditional love and compassion to human beings, sincerely engaged in finding lasting fulfillment and ultimate freedom. I pray to you, O Jatavedas, to shed your radiance on them so that they can understand the difference between short-lived prosperity and prosperity that lasts. O Jatavedas, please bring Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and fullness, to me. May I recognize and embrace her as Anupagamini, prosperity that having once come, never goes away. May I pass this recognition on to those who doubt their ability to achieve what they need and are fearful of losing what they have achieved. May I mantrically capture the recognition that wealth does not illuminate our mind and expand our consciousness is not worth calling wealth. So let me say that again. May I mantrically capture the recognition that wealth that does not illuminate our mind and expand our consciousness is not worth calling wealth. May the wealth I gather from your radiance be filled with illumination. May it shine like Hiranya, molten gold. May the wealth I collect from your radiance hold value as gold holds value. May the wealth emitted by your omniscience manifest as cows and horses and as the humans who love and care for them. May I pass on this resplendent gift of prosperity to humankind. May they receive it, treasure it, and use it wisely. O Jatavedas, may the radiance of your omniscience enable people to see what I see through your eyes. Acquiring a stable and discerning mind is lasting wealth. I clearly see how a stable and discerning mind brings stability in every aspect of life. With the stable and discerning mind you have given me, I see why you created the animal kingdom, why you made some animals untrainable, thus keeping them closer to the natural world, and why you made others trainable so they can be domesticated. Similarly, I see why you created humans with a broad range of tastes and interests. I see the symbiotic relationship between humans and the natural world, and between individuals and communities embodying different sets of skills. May your intrinsic radiance enable humans to see what I see. Riding waves of mantric revelation, may the stable and discerning Lakshmi walk into the lives of those seeking stable prosperity. Cows, horses, cats, pit bulls, and manpower. Speaking of, somebody just jumped up to say hello. Come, dude. Come, baby guy. Oh, he literally jumped up right when we were talking about him. Dude boy. Now I have to see if I can get him. He is golden. Hi, baby Jude. Little golden one. He's like, I don't know about this. Judy boy. Say hi to everybody. Are you a cow or a horse? It's like, I'm a cat. Let me go. He's so cute. I love that he jumped up right then. Oh. Alrighty, let's look at the pronunciation of all of this good stuff. Here we go. Alrighty, so take a look at those diacritical marks. The lines over the vowels are going to make those vowels longer. We essentially give like an extra beat to that. And we also emphasize it and take it from the short version to the long version of the vowel. In the case of the A, it goes from the sound of a, like in the word cup, to the sound of ah, like in the sound of father. So father with that is that ah sound. And the long I goes from I, as in the word sip, to E, as in the word see. Okay, so one word at a time. Palm, palm, palm. M, m, m. Awah, awah. And again, you can choose W sound or V sound, whichever comes more naturally to you. Awah or avah. Ja tevedo, ja tevedo, ja tevedo. Lakshmim, Lakshmim, Lakshmim. Anna Pagaminim, Anna Pagaminim, Anna Pagaminim. That's one of my favorite words to say. Anna Pagaminim. Anna Pagaminim. Anna Pagaminim. Okay, so that whole line 3 times through. Ham ma awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Tam awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Once more. Tam awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Any questions on that line? Hi, Oscar. Okay. Hi, Oscar boy. Next line. One word at a time. Yasyam. 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 Hiranyam. 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 Vindeyam. 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 Gamashwam. 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 Purushan. 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 Aham. 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 Okay, so those S's there, one with a diacritical mark over the top and one with another diacritical mark under the bottom. For our intents and purposes, give them the same sound, which is the sh sound. There is a slight difference, but it's so subtle for us that are not like native Hindi speakers that just sh instead of s will do the trick. So that whole line 3 times through. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. Any questions about pronunciation of those words? Okay, then let's repeat the whole mantra number 2 3 times slowly. Then I'll chant it for you so you can get a sense of the cadence. And then we'll chat. So pronunciation again, but the entire mantra 3 times relatively slowly. Tam awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. Tam awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. Tam awah jatavedo Lakshmim Annapagamanim. Yasyam hiranyam vindeyam gamashwam purushan aham. So far, so good? Okay. Let me adjust the sound. Okay, so with a bit of the cadence as in chanting form. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. I'm going to take us over to the full Sri Sūkta so we can look at mantra 1 and 2 together, as well as the Dakshinamurti mantra, the invocation. So just with pronunciation, and then we'll chant it together. Dakshina Murtaye Tubhyam Vata Vriksha Nivasine Dhyanaika Niratan Gaya Namo Rudraya Shambhave Hiranya Varnam Haranim Suvarna Rajata Srajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'awaha. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagaminim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. Again, and I'll add a little bit of the chanting. Make sure I've got the sound set properly. I do. Okay, good. But very slowly with the invocation. Dakshina Murtaye Tubhyam Vata Vriksha Nivasine Dhyanaika Niratan Gaya Namo Rudraya Shambhave. And then Om Hiranya Varanam Haranim Suvarna Rajata Srajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'awaha. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagaminim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. Again. Dakshinamurtaye Tubhyam Vata Vriksha Nivasine Dhyanaika Niratan Gaya Namo Rudraya Shambhave. Om Hiranya Varanam Haranim Suvarna Rajatas Rajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'awaha. Tam Ma'awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagaminim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. One more time, a little faster. Dakshinamurtaye Tubhyam Vata Vriksha Nivasine Dhyanaika Niratan Gaya Namo Rudraya Shambhave. Om Hiranyavarnam Haranim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'awaha Tama Awaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagamanim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashwam Purushan Aham. How'd it go? Any questions? It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Questions about pronunciation? Caro?
Yeah, I get really stumbled in awaha, tamma awaha, jattavedo, lakshmim, anapagamanim. Blah, blah, blah. It's that jattavedo ma awaha, tama mawaha. And that's kind of where I get stumbled.
Yeah.
How do I? It's like tongue twister.
It is. What I would say is I almost use diaphragmatic engagement to add a little like beat of emphasis to the ah of awaha. So it
Oh,
goes from, and I also try to embrace like a slight yawny feeling on those longer A's. Ja tevedo ma awaha. So the ma is ma awaha ma awaha. So it bring in a little bit of like a physical correlation to it, and that might help. So Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma Awaha. Jatavedo Ma Awaha. And particularly when it starts to go quickly, those physical assistance, the use of the diaphragm to get those words out more quickly is going to be really helpful. Because that's going to become Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma Awaha. So the more you can find those tricks, the easier it will be. And then Jatavedo ma'awaha, tam awaha, tam awaha. So I kind of allied the M's so it becomes tam,
yeah.
tam awaha, tam awaha, Jatavedo. Mhm. Tam awaha jatavedo lakshmim anvagamanim. It does become
Yeah.
quite fun. You have to enjoy chewing on the words a little bit.
It's the ma, because obviously in Italian it's like ma, and here it's like ma. It's
Ma.
really concise. So it's
Mhm. Ma,
ma.
ma. Yep, it is very concise. Tam awaha jatavedo. Yeah. Any other questions? Typically, the cadence and the like where we put emphasis when we're chanting it assists in the longer or shorter vowel sounds. So Hiranyavaranam, Haranim, Suvarna Rajatasrajam, Chandram, Chandram, Hiranmayim, Lakshmim, Jatavedo, Ma'awaha, Tam Awaha, Jatavedo, Lakshmim, Anapagamanim, Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam, Gamashwam, Purushan Aham. So overindulge in them a little bit for now. Any other
So
questions?
like,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. It's like the space, or not like our spaces. So one word finishes and you usually would give a pause. But here it feels like they're almost like to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that, or was like
It's true. If you look at the way a Sanskrit sutra or mantra is written, most of the time it looks more like one, like like long run-on words. So all of those dashes that are in there right now, here on the screen, those are there for our assistance, not because they're actually there. So they're there essentially just to help us break up these really long words. So they've become more bite-sized pieces, but eventually we want them to all go together. And that's really the only way you can pick up the pace enough to get through 80 plus repetitions in a day, or 20 repetitions in a single sitting. Otherwise, you would do nothing but chant all day long, which sounds lovely, but not always practical. Elena.
I'm not sure if we have that already, but what would really help me is a recording of you singing through. I mean, either like having it mantra one, mantra two, mantra three, whatever, or like the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and having it as a recording that I could play on my phone or so.
Yeah,
I mean, we have Pandaji's recording,
yeah,
but I also find I really appreciate like the cadence, it's called the cadence that you're using. Also for the purpose of it, it really helps me to pronounce those words, and
yeah.
I really love the sound of it. So it would really help me to have a recording.
I can do that. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll record it as like a voice note on my phone so that it can be downloadable and you should be able to then have it on your phone. And I can attach it as a downloadable file on Heights, but I'll also send it through our WhatsApp group.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're very welcome. And in terms of like integrating this with our practice of Vishoka meditation and we rise, what I would recommend is those 10 minutes or so of mantra repetition. Start next week, tomorrow, working with mantra number 2. And have it written out in front of you so that if you need to like do one of these, like, what is that word again? And open your eyes, look at the mantra, close your eyes, repeat it until you're repeating it without needing to peek. And then also we'll continue to chant the Sri Sūkta 3 times at the end of the end of the meditation practice. And I will slow down mantras 1 and 2 and then pick up the pace again going forward so that you have an opportunity to chant along with the invocation, mantra 1 and mantra number 2, and then I'll pick up the pace for the sake of expediency, if that's a word, and that will start to integrate it a little bit more for you as well. But yes, I can also send a recording of just chanting it slowly for now, kind of over-emphasizing the pronunciation, but with the cadence, so you can start to integrate it and embody it that way. Yeah, because I have a feeling that we as a community will be chanting it together more than you'll be chanting it directly with Panditji, just by virtue of approximation, where we are in the world. The possibility of us gathering in person to chant it together is higher. So it's nice that we can all kind of lock into the same cadence. And mine is my version of what Panditji is chanting. It just moves through my body, so it's sounding differently. And it's also kind of probably morphed a little bit based on years of repeating it aloud. But if we're all kind of in the same world there, when we are together in person, chanting it together in person, which is so cool, by the way, it's nice when we all have the same basic tempo, rhythm, and cadence. It gels. And it feels so neat. I'm going to stop staring off to the side and look at your faces here. Otherwise, I'm going to get a crick in my neck. It feels just so cool to go from only hearing like my voice and your voice together to suddenly hearing a whole group of people all together chanting it. It's like, I don't know, some kind of weird magical thing that happens. So, with that being said, I'm toying with the idea of creating an opportunity for us to be together in Montenegro in April. So, if you're interested, I found a house on Airbnb that's gorgeous and not too expensive. And if we all basically just chipped in for that and then cooked together, we could make it pretty cost effective and just be together to practice and just be together. And if you are listening to this, no matter where you are in the world, you are cordially invited to join us. Yeah, so it would most likely be like the first week of April, which would be the last week we would be in Montenegro, and then we would take off for Italy. Yeah. Okay. How is memorization coming along? How you doing? It's not easy, is it? No.
For me, it's okay. I'm realizing that the invocation is already much better um, than mantra one. So I think like really it takes time. It just takes time and refining it also
Mhm.
in terms of pronunciation. Yeah, I'm not sure how it will be like after we gathered like 5 or 6 mantras, if I then will be completely lost because right now it's still it's bearable. But yeah, for so far so good, I would say.
Good, good. And if you're practicing every day, it'll be there. It'll be there. Yeah. And you don't have to practice for an hour a day. If you write it down 3 times before you go to bed and write it down 3 times when you wake up and just really be with it for those 5 minutes before bed and 5 minutes when you first wake up, and then find a way to incorporate it in your meditation practice or when you're walking the dog or anything like that. Just invite it in, memorize it enough, have it on a sticky note or type it into your phone so that it's with you, so that when you're standing at the counter or giving a facial or something like that, you can look over and be like, okay, yes, and repeat it. What was that word? Oh, there it is. Okay. Check your sticky note, check your note on your phone, and just try to really be with the new mantra each week, and then see if you can add on to the mantra before and make it a game, make it fun. You're developing a relationship. So pretend that you are falling in love with the love of your life and you want nothing more than to, spend quality time learning them. And in essence, all the human love pales in comparison to this one. Yeah. Jesse literally just cleared his throat. He's on his headphones and he can't hear anything I'm saying, but the timing was perfect. It's true though. Yeah. All righty. Any other questions, comments? All right. Well, I love you dearly, which goes to show how strong human love truly is. And then just multiply that. And that's divine love. It's amazing. Enjoy your day. if you are not yet practicing with us with Re-Rise, it is not too late to join us. So you would be more than welcome to. Yeah, just reach out if you don't know how to do that. I can get you set up. And we will resume tomorrow. Okay. Lots of love to you. Ciao, ciao.